Alright, well, I just came to realize something, that after all this time, we've never showed you how to get the how to get your equipment up there. Like all of our videos, the ropes have already been up on the trees before we started recording, and that's not cool. We'll show you guys all the cool stuff we can do and not show you how to do it. So what I'm gonna do is these are 60-foot ropes. You put a carabiner on the end, so it's weighted. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spin it up there. Like a grappling hook. Okay, hold on. There we go. Alright. So, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to hook this up. I'm lacking a cameraman today, so. This is kind of important. It's going to be used for our tree sniping. So I'll show you how to use that later. Pretty much just a lanyard. But how this is gonna work is we're gonna hook up an ascending rig today. So this stays here now, unlocking carabiner. What you're gonna do is, if you're right-handed, I'm right-handed, so this is gonna go in this front loop like this, like that, and this is gonna come through like this and lock up. And this is now your rig. Go up, you lock down. Okay. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is this is my base rope. Hook that up. This is my climbing rope. Hook that up just side by side. No big deal. Lock down the carabiner. Taking the slack. Alright, so what I'm gonna show you now. Okay. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna jump and take in the slack. Just like that. Alright, now the idea is that instead of pushing out, you push up. And that's something you gotta be careful of, because if you push out, you're just putting weight on the rope. I mean, you can do movement stuff with that, but it's not gonna be good. So you make sure when you go, you push up. Now something I do for help is kind of tap back a little bit and then push up, because when you tap back, when you come forward like that, that first initial hit, you have your body weight behind you, and you have a lot more traction. So that's why when I hit, I jump off immediately, because I have a lot of traction. Like my feet will touch, and I'll gain. And when I come back from going up, I'll do it again. I'm not gonna sit here and wait, because then I just don't go up as fast and don't gain traction. So that would have pushed off, up, taking the slack. Okay, I'm not pulling on my base rope. The base rope's the one with the knot in it. I'm only pulling on the rope that's coming down into the ACT. And so this is a good hookup. It's kind of nice. It's I like it because you can move around, and it's fairly quick to go up, but you can make small adjustments to go down. It's not really a rappelling unit, because you have to pick up on the cord to go down, but I mean, that's your choice. If you like the ACT better than a figure 8, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. So something I want to show you guys today is inverted rappelling, which is really funny looking, but I don't even know if I'm still in shot. My feet probably are, so this will be good. Okay, this is inverted rappelling, and what I've got is I've got my legs hooked up around the rope, and one on the tree, so I can push out like that for balance's sake. And this is my slack rope that's going to the other side of the ACT and going up to the tree. And so all I gotta do is kind of let that down, and because again, when I said rappelling, it was you have to put the rope down into the ACT. So doing this is kind of jumpy, I guess would be the word. Like I let some slack go and it dropped me a little bit, but it kind of bounces. So it's not that great for inverted rappelling, but it works. Put your feet on the tree to rotate over. So it's done. And I'm going to implement the safety knot, which is really cool. Me and my friend made it. Like I came up with the idea, and he practiced it a lot. It's really kind of cool. It's an interesting way to do stuff. So what I'm going to do is you hook it through the unlocking carabiner, and I'll show you guys how to make the safety knot one of these days. You hook it through the unlocking carabiner, and it's a knot that ties on itself. The more weight's on the knot, the more it's not going to go anywhere. So right now, this is my slack rope right here, and it's going around itself. Double over the rope and wrap it through, and you pull the excess through. I know it sounds really complicated. I'll show you guys eventually. And then that loop you put through the carabiner, and that loop has to go through the rope to untie. But if there's a carabiner there, it works a lot like the ACT, that the carabiner won't fit the loop. So pulling on this isn't going to do you any good. So this is really good for tree sniping. So that's why I have this little nifty tool. It's got baby carabiners on both sides, and I tie it in such a way that it's really small. See how it's woven together right here? But it's secretly a lot longer than that, and this just keeps it in a real compact form. So I can use it for exactly this. Now it's a lot longer. What you're going to do is you're going to hook this up wherever you really want to. I mean, it's really kind of up to you. What I do is I hook it on the top of this knot, and now this piece right here goes like this and goes around the barrel of the gun, and I can have a steady balance. It's sort of like a bipod, only a rope rig, and it's really cool. My gun's behind you actually, so I think I'm actually going to jump down and get that and haul it up with me. What I normally do is I would get high up in a tree, and I would hook up a second rope and carabiner to the metal rings on this case, but I don't really have a high enough tree or time to do that. So, alright, and this is what it's going to look like. You can actually slide that all the way down to the end if you want to, and you can use that to help support the gun. It's okay. It's kind of nice when I'm just sitting here and I don't have to hold the gun, especially if you're like, you can put them around a branch. Like you can hook this piece around a branch and you can use it on the branches too. But if a guy runs up on you and you're not done with your climb, or there's not a branch that you can really get to or stand on, then you can just throw a rope over the branch and sit in your harness. Like, here, you can grip the tree with your feet and move for cover. Especially, you can hook up a second line that goes around the tree. It goes around the tree on all sides, and just pull on it, go around, and you can be protected from all directions, especially if they don't see you. I have had guys that I've had to shoot like this because they came up underneath me, and I had to like look through the scope like that and pop them, and it didn't really work that well, but it was nice. Some people hook up a second line and attach it back here, so the gun sits like this, or it'll sit like this. I don't really like that because I still have to hold the front of the gun. This is meant to be like a bipod, so if you want it to be like a bipod, it's only supposed to support the front of the gun, which is how it works. Yeah, I will show you guys how to do the safety knot. You can actually go all the way up the tree and implement a safety knot when you're ready to climb on a branch. That way you don't fall. If you slip off the branch, you don't. Your ropes aren't loose. It'll catch you. It'll be a rough catch, but it'll catch you. I'm just gonna run through a couple bolt cycles right here. This makes it kind of hard. The ropes make it kind of hard to look through the sight, so keep that in mind. Like the rope's touching, this rope's touching the top of my head, and this one's touching my ear. So, like if you're just aiming down, depends how high you are too. If you're just aiming down, you can cycle this through. And keep in mind when you're reloading and stuff, you're bouncy, so I normally do this. Or find a branch to put my feet on, whichever. You can cycle through this stuff all day. And just sit up in a tree and pop, guys. Especially if you have a silencer or something on the end of your gun, then it works great. Aim right at the camera. You'll be dead. So yeah, this is nice. I like this hookup. Helps me snipe from what would normally be an unstable position, which would be up in the tree on a rope.